Hey there, I'm Nicole Scarborough and I run Humble Hearts Worship Company. This is just a little video that I wanted to make about how I am starting my own company for the first time, how I'm funding that, how I'm building it, how my side hustle is going, what I'm learning about doing both. And yeah, thanks for joining and watching this video. You'll probably hear little noises and coos from my 3-month-old baby. So just don't mind those. Anyway, what I wanted to start talking about was I do have like this vision for a guitar lesson, songwriting, bundled thing for people who really feel like they are called to release songs into the world. But anyone that is starting a business or has started a business knows that it takes money to make money. Basically, to get myself out there, to properly build like a video course, to host events for, and video course as in like videos teaching people how to play guitar, or little videos educating people about songwriting, or to like host and plan workshops for songwriting and retreats that I want to do in the future, because I want to connect it with like emotional health, that I'm certified emotional health coach. So all of that planning, all of those things takes money, like money to have a great website platform to host courses, money to pay for advertising, money to book like a place for a retreat in the future, money to continue my education of like getting better, reading more things about how music heals the brain and heals people, or just like continuing to improve my guitar skills, or going to songwriting retreats myself. Like all of that takes money. Like I want to improve so I can give that to people. And so how do you fund that? Right. As I'm beginning, I'm trying to do like as much as I can for free. But for instance, one thing that I'm paying for right now, and I don't know how long I will pay for it, is like a women's networking mastermind. And shout out to No More Dry Ground. If you are a Christian woman starting your own business, you can find my affiliate link in the video captions, comments, whatever below. Find it below, right? That mastermind has been so incredibly helpful for me because it has connected me with women who then wanted me to connect with other women. Like for instance, today, a woman I met in the mastermind connected me to another girl named Courtney, who is a music therapist. And Courtney Shaw was awesome today. She kind of almost did like business consulting with me. The point was just for us to get to know each other and like maybe collab on music stuff. But she ended up helping me clarify like where I am going with this business. That was incredible, and what a gift. That was just like one connection from the networking group. These ladies in the networking group have given me ideas and vision for things I just mentioned at the beginning of the video, like retreats. I never would have thought of doing that before. How to build a community of songwriters and women. Never thought about doing that before, even though these might be kind of like duh moments. When you're just first starting a business, like it seems like you're mostly focused on your product and like, here's the thing I'm building, I have to do it really well. And then you need people outside of you to like help you grow that and expand your vision and clarify like what the direction is you're going. So I am really glad that I have paid for this mastermind, this group. Yeah, worth it. But again, like I said, it takes money to make money. All that to say, what I'm getting into is how am I trying to fund this thing where I really want to make money? How am I trying to fund that? Well, right now I am doing resale. I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. So, shout out to my friend Ruth in North Carolina, and you can find her here on Instagram. Her yeah, her page is super awesome. I knew that she was doing resale and was like, you know, I could probably do that. I want a different niche than she does. She does like specifically green brands, and like she has a very specific aesthetic in her resale. It's really cute, but that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to mimic her. And when I reached out to her, she recommended, hi honey, she recommended that I watch other resale experts on Instagram, on YouTube, And so I was like, you know what? I want to stay in my lane and find a niche here. Like I have a niche over in music that I want to do. I'm going to find a niche here in resale. And so I was really going after athletic and athleisure wear because that's what I knew. That's kind of like what was already in my closet. Some things that didn't fit anymore after giving birth. I was like, I can do this. I know what to look for at a thrift store or in other places in like in fancy athletic wear or athleisure. So I started with what I had, which is like Lululemon gear, some Athleta gear. And then I was like, yeah, let me go look for that in Patagonia, Arc'teryx, like outdoor and athleisure wear. I'm in Colorado. People are gonna have that, right? And so I wanted to talk about what I've learned so far in resale. One, it definitely seems like the clothing apps are way better than Facebook Marketplace. I will say, so I'm listing personally on Facebook Marketplace and Poshmark. A lady that I follow and really like, I can't remember her first name, but this is her. I love her videos. She also does eBay and Depop, I think. And I've done Mercari before, but I found that Mercari, people were like flaky and like weird about pricing. And Poshmark has been like the most consistent, most reasonable. Facebook Marketplace, I feel like if someone really wants something, I am finding that they will pay better than Poshmark. Like they don't really try to negotiate as much, I noticed, at least not in my area. But clothing doesn't do as well. And so I was able to sell so far since starting in like August. I sold more on Facebook. I was able to sell like a couple extra baby items that I had, full price, but also they were like brand new. So what I asked for, I got, and that was pretty cool. And I was supposed to sell a Barbie sweatshirt on Facebook Marketplace, but the person that was gonna buy it just keeps not showing up and keeps not responding. But then they'll come back like 2 days later and be like, yeah, I can meet you here. And I'm like, I'm done trying this. So I really like Poshmark the best so far because if someone buys it, you just ship it. I don't have to wait on someone to respond to me or try to meet me somewhere or come to my house and pick it up. And they're not like, oh, do you take Venmo or cash? It's just like you pay. Now I know that a lot of people don't like Poshmark because it takes some of your money, and I get that. And what I'm noticing too about Poshmark is really, it feels random to me. I feel like random stuff is selling because like, and it feels like it's got to be like unique standout stuff. Like I could already tell from looking on Poshmark myself and watching other resellers videos, like I should not go after just any Lululemon legging or any tank top. Like it needed to be like unique, like a unique item. And I'm not even going to touch sports bras because I'm not seeing those move on Facebook Marketplace or on Poshmark like at all. And so I sold a neon green tank top that I had that was like an awkward fit on me. This crop top that, I don't know, I guess I just didn't see it a lot on Poshmark, and someone bought it. It's really, really soft, and I just haven't worn it a ton. I wore it for running when I was in a run club in Charlotte and like haven't since. And then what else? Oh, this really unique sweater that I loved. This was actually really hard to give up. I just knew that it was way too tight on me for breastfeeding my baby, like so uncomfortable, and I will probably spend the next 10 years on and off doing that with babies. So I was like, I don't need to keep this sweatshirt. It will not be useful to me. I will either be pregnant or like this is not conducive to the lifestyle we are living. Those three feel like unique compared to other Lululemon products that I've seen. And so they sold, they all sold last month. So they only sat 1.5, 2 months on Poshmark. I didn't get full price for any of them, but I like wanted cash so I could pay for business things. And we moved them and they sold. What now confuses me is I have this really cool pair of Lululemon pants that I got, which I want to talk about how I sourced those. They are not selling, and I think they are so freaking cool. And I'm like, I literally got these off Marketplace in like a bundle of a bunch of workout clothing because they're like stand out, brand new, they look great. I don't see pants like this. So I'm kind of confused why it hasn't sold. And then similarly, I have this really cool Athleta sweatshirt jacket that I'm confused why it hasn't sold, because this is a gorgeous pattern. This herringbone pattern is gorgeous. It is in great shape. It has the little finger hole things, like a heavy, nice material. It is Athleta, which is like a certified B company. So I picked up these items because I was like, yeah, they're unique. They're in great condition. They're like trendy athleisure kind of clothing. So I'm confused why they haven't sold. And then another thing that I picked up that I'm so proud I found, I got a deal on this Patagonia 100% organic cotton sweatshirt. A ton of people have hearted it and liked it on Poshmark, but it's not moving. Like, I will send offers and no one reacts. And I'm like, what? Why hasn't this sold either? So I have a little bit of confusion. Obviously, I'm new at this, learning my way through. And so what I really appreciate in business is like the constant testing, constant learning, trying to figure things out. I cannot stress enough that what I'm finding really important as I start a business in both music and resale is like being humble, quick to try new things, and keep learning from people. And so from resale videos, I have been learning new things like, oh, you could buy a bunch of stuff really cheap from like an estate sale, or try going to a clothing swap. And so what did work really well for me was I went to a clothing swap and donated some clothing, and cool enough, I got these brand new J. Crew pants. I didn't know that they still had the tags on them when I picked them up at the swap. I just thought they were cool. I wanted them for me. When I saw they were new with tags, I was like, oh, I can make money selling these. I got them for $0 and had given away like some random clothing I had that I knew I wasn't gonna sell. And so it was like, oh, don't keep these, as cool as they are and as much as you want to wear them, like you already have pants. So I sold them, and new with tags, I made $33 off them. And I was like, for getting $0 like investment in these, that was awesome. I also got this sweatshirt at the clothing swap. I wore it once. It's really cool. I'm trying to sell it. It's a little too tight on me. Like it will fit probably when I'm done breastfeeding my baby, but right now it's like kind of too tight. So I'm trying to sell that. And then I also I stay like a hawk on Facebook Marketplace for like people clearing out their closets. And so I got, like I mentioned before, a bundle of workout clothing off Facebook Marketplace for $20, and it had those new Lululemon pants on them, but it also had a bunch of different leggings and shorts and a workout like tennis skirt thing. So again, another piece that I'm confused why it hasn't sold. I have a really good condition Lululemon pacer skirt with the shorts built in. That hasn't sold yet. And I exchanged that out with like that used to be mine. And then when I got the lot off Facebook Marketplace for $20, it had an almost identical non-brand black skirt. And so I was like, well, I'm fine with wearing the non-brand if I can sell the Lululemon one. But the Lululemon one isn't selling. So I'm like, what? Anyway, back to that. I'm really proud that I found this bundle. It was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 7 or 8 pieces for $20. And there was this really cool pair of jeans, Levi's, in that bundle randomly. And so another thing I did was I upgraded. I was like, these Levi's are super soft and comfy. And so I took a pair of Gap bootcut jeans out of my closet and was like, let me try to sell these. They're low rise. Y2K is trendy right now. That got a couple immediate likes, but again, no one has bought it yet. And so it's just been fun to figure out different places I can source. And then I found in the video from the reseller, I still can't remember her name, the reseller I love, where she was talking about an estate sale. And so I was like, oh, let me see what estate sales are around me. So this Saturday, and I'll keep you updated how it goes, I bid on like a bundle that I saw had some free people and Anthropology in it. My bid right now I think is $15 for like a bunch of pieces of clothing, which if I can get a bunch of pieces from this estate sale for $15, even sell like 3 out of maybe the 9 or 10 pieces in it, that would be amazing. I had never thought of an estate sale before, and so it's online bidding. It's not like show up in person, you just pick it up later. So I will do that Saturday. I will pick up that bundle as long as I'm the highest bidder still, and hopefully resell some of those. And so what I'm learning from all that is like to keep trying new things. I still like don't know just what works, and it takes a lot of work to like stay on track with trends, what I think is cool, other people might not think is cool. My biggest surprise, and I just welcome the surprises, is I sold a puzzle this week that we had gotten from the thrift store. Again, I'm noticing like very unique things seem to sell more, just like they're harder to find out in the world, right? So here's this marketplace where you can find the unique and unusual. And it's a pasta puzzle. I sold it for like $7 or $8. I made $3 on it from Poshmark, which basically pays what I paid at the thrift store. So net zero. Great. I sold a puzzle we got at the thrift store. That's amazing. So it's very like one of the tips, I went in niche, right? I wanted to do athleisure and athletic wear, but now at the estate sale, I'm bidding on other things because I want to try anything and everything. The niche idea was more like with the goal in mind of making an Instagram account like my friend Ruth, and to keep it cohesive and clean and like have an aesthetic, which was like athleisure and athletic wear. But now as I have begun and tried things, I am finding that what sells is kind of random. I don't think that athletic and athleisure wear will consistently bring me like top dollar. I think people will buy it when it's unique, like I mentioned with those other Lululemon pieces I had, but it seems that I should be willing to expand beyond that niche if I'm going to be on Poshmark. If I was making an Instagram account, an aesthetic, doing like pop-up shops for something specific, I would just stick to this like athleisure and athletic wear thing. But I'm not doing that right now. And I'm trying to get cash flow for a business I'm building. And I still have vision of what if I could show up as like a pop-up at Burn Boot Camp around town, or a Camp Gladiator, or other places. You know, I think I could do it, or even become a sourcer in the future for a athletic consignment shop that I found here in my area. However, right now, that's not what I want to spend all my time doing. I would rather just be able to sell on Poshmark. So, try everything. I think that, you know, I tried a niche, now I'm going broad. And what I'm finding now in the music stuff is I need to do the opposite. I've tried kind of broad songwriting and realizing what I want to do is niche, and I need to do niche and become really good at that. And that's just different because I have different goals for both of those businesses. try everything to cash flow over here, the resale, so that I can do really well, get a website, fund this mastermind membership, etc., with the music stuff. And just to end and bring it full circle, I think my takeaways and what I'm learning through all of this is like, truly to be like a Proverbs 31 woman, it takes a lot of work. It takes diligence. It takes humility. It takes faithfulness to show up, to list things on resale, to try to discern what the best use of that money that I make is over here, and investing and planning and moving forward with the music business. One of the things I'm also learning is the humility of really learning from the people around me. I think I've already talked a bit about that, but I can't encourage you enough, if you are running or starting a business, to just be eager to learn and apply the things that you learn from people, and also to reciprocate by sharing what you're learning. And so here I am. Hopefully this helps someone as you're just like exploring and learning. Maybe, I don't know, maybe all you've got is like, hey, you have never watched any video from this girl, but you're going to learn so much from her because she's already way ahead in resale. Or you're just encouraged to go after whatever God has called you to do and to fund it with whatever means that is right in front of you. I think that's the last piece, where it's like, I was just sitting around kind of like waiting on him to bring forward the music stuff, and then realized like, I do need to take action. I need to set up a website. I need to move forward with like putting this out there for people to buy, to hear about. It's great that I've been posting songs I write. You can listen to any of them on my YouTube channel. But beyond that, I have to be faithful to steward and like build a business. How am I going to do that faithfully when our budget is tight? Our money needs to feed me, feed my husband, feed my baby, pay off our car, pay rent. Like, I don't just have random money to throw at a business, but to be faithful to build the business God is calling me to, I have to have money somewhere. And so I really felt the push to like figure out a way to make some money even immediately. And that's where this resale thing has come in. And the final little thing I'm learning is like that savviness of like, okay, if I invest $20 in a lot of clothing, what can I turn it into? Because the whole point is I'm trying to take the little that we have, multiply it into money, aka resell clothing. So I want to multiply that 10, 15, $20 I invest in clothing, multiply that money. And then with now the 60, 70, $100 I make, I want to put that in the music business and multiply money there so that we are paying off the car faster. So we do have more money to feed our family healthfully. So we have money to move somewhere else in town that is safer. So that is kind of the mindset that I'm learning. Like, how can I multiply what's right in front of me and keep it multiplying? And I just never thought so much about the parable that Jesus says of like investing and growing your money. Like, I'm pretty sure it is very explicit. It's very explicit for our lives and our resources, and for spiritual things of like, also go multiply the good deposit you have of the gospel. Like, go steward that and then keep it multiplying. And so it's like, really, like, Jesus wants us to be faithful with all our resources. And it's cool to see it apply and to like start thinking, okay, if I'm learning how to do this with money, what are other areas of life that I need to learn how to do that with? Like, take the little, multiply it, and then take that multiplication and multiply that. Like, you want that to keep going. And I am 100% certain that children and babies are one of those ways. And I'm excited to see that play out. So thank you for listening. Those are all the things I've been learning and noticing about resale and building a business and moving money toward like what I want to do long term. If you have thoughts of how to make resale better or things you want to see in my music business in the future, right now the vision is like guitar writing and songwriting for anyone, as well as building a community specifically for moms to heal through music together postpartum, because postpartum is very difficult and often isolating. Those are kind of the two things I have vision for in music right now. So let me know what you want to see or thoughts you have to grow resale or the music business. Thanks for listening. I hope that things I'm learning encourages you.